I mean, it's another video. I mean, why do I have to tell y'all that? It's another video. It's apparent. I feel stupid telling y'all that. I feel stupid talking to these cameras, man. But hey, we got to do what we got to do. What's good, y'all? It's your boy OG LakeShow. I know. I'm a little late on the last two videos. Well, not necessarily, but kinda. But either way, last weekend was March 7th. That was 2026. And it was the face box game, you know? Yeah. So that's what happened. But yeah, we all know what that is. Even though that's MJ, this ain't MJ shoe. Yeah, the shoe ain't got nothing to do with MJ. Now let me stop playing. It's definitely a MJ shoe, an homage to the Lakers 4s. Let me go ahead and take both of them out of here. Now, I saw these. I was kind of on the fence. You know, these one of them pairs. It was like, okay, if I get them, I get them. I don't. Because I knew I had the shoe that I really wanted was the Wolf Gray 5s. I had those. And I kind of looked and saw what shoes were coming up in the near future, or the next few months anyway. And it was nothing that I really just had to have. And I did like these. And, you know, if you could tell by my background, I mean, I root for the Lakers. I'm a fan of all sports. I root for the Lakers, but I am a fan of all sports. But when I saw these, I definitely thought they were dope. And I was on the fence because I'm not sure if LeBron's going to be playing for the Lakers next year. And the way the Lakers look and a lot of things that they doing, I'm like, man, am I even going to be a Lakers fan next year? I mean, you know, I might just be done with the NBA. I mean, if they keep making everything. Let's not get into politics right now. But either way, Laker 4s, whether y'all care or not. But I really like the shape of these. You know, I'm usually not a big Jordan 4 fan because a lot of times they're heavy. They're the heavier of most Jordans. But in this particular case, these are actually lighter than the Wolf Gray 5s. You know, 5s are usually lighter, even though they seem to have more to the shoe. But I'm sure it's because of the materials. And the materials on the 5s are really good now that I hold this 4 and see the difference in the lightness. But whatever material they use on these 4s are definitely new. It's not your regular, typical suede like you would get on any other Jordan 4, I would say. I think it was Wednesday. I just popped into my local Hibbett just to look around. You know, it was only maybe 4 Hibbets in my entire state that got them. And the one by my house was one of them that did get them. And then I think I started the conversation by saying that, yeah, I know they probably gone. I just wanted to ask about them. And then the employee, well, really the manager was like, look, we just got something in today. What size you looking for? So I was like, well, I could do anything from 11 to a 12, which I usually can, you know? So she looked in her phone. She was like, yo. She said, I'm going to go check. So she went in the back, came back and was like, we got 2 pair and we got a 9 in and a 10 and a half. Now, I knew I had these pair already that came in. I had these. I didn't unbox them yet. They were at home, but I knew I had them, which was my size, 11 and a half. But my nephew was a 10 and a half. So she went digging and she said, look, it just came in today. It's under a bunch of stuff. She said, come back at 6 and I'll have it for you. I was like, cool. So didn't trip because, like I said, I was familiar with all of the employees and the managers that worked there. So went back at 6 and she went back and came out with them. Which it was only 2 pair that came in. You know, it was a two pair restock. you know, maybe a late shipment. Who knows how they do they manifest? But either way, yeah, it was a size 9 and size 10 and a half. I went on and picked up the 10 and a half. I mean, I'm an opportunist just like any other American. I'll sell them, you know. I will sell them. It's a 10 and a half. But yeah, I definitely went on and picked that one up as well and left it at that. It's crazy that that same day, it was a Wednesday, I went in, I think I was the only person there. There was a Black Cat 4 just sitting it was on the top shelf or whatever, just sitting. And so I checked it out. It was a 9 and a half. And I did check the prices and I was like, yeah, nah, I'm gonna leave it there. You know, I think the resale on it maybe $280 or something. It wasn't like they're flying off the shelves at $280. So I just left it there for somebody else to get lucky and grab them if they want them or see them. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was that. You know, it was just one of them days. You know, I thought it was a myth. But yeah, I walked in and actually got lucky, you know. Walked in at the right time. And just to let y'all know I ain't capping. I mean, I do my Lakers thing. I've been on the Lakers. A lot of y'all have to try to find something to wear with it, and then a lot of y'all don't like the Lakers. So I guess this is why this one is not reselling as much as you would think, because it was kind of on the limited side, just a little bit. But who knows? It may be a new restock. I wouldn't doubt that, you know, because we could just see restock after restock. You know, or a whole new re-release like they did with the Neon 95 Air Max. You know, they were supposed to be limited last year, and I think they made it on the list of the sneaker of the year. Yeah, that was crazy, right? It was mad limited. And all of a sudden, they got a crazy, crazy release. I'm not even going to call it a restock. It's a whole re-release. They doing release, then re-release. Yeah, that idea of something being limited really get people going. But either way, same thing with these. You definitely might want to hit it with the repellent, even though that material seems like it'll do it itself. But it's definitely a new book, I would say, because of the changing of the, you know. But then around that mudguard seems different. But either way, a little Angelus repellent won't hurt. You know what I mean? Or any other repellent that you use, you know, whatever you like. But yeah, I think nephew will be real happy come his birthday. He ain't tripping right now. Let him pop out with something, you know, some throwback stuff, man, you know. I think I just hit him with the, what 4s I hit him with? The industrial blue, the military blue 4s. Yeah, I hit him with those for Christmas. You know, put them on ice for a few years. Let them see how that feel, you know what I mean? Y'all be easy out there. Cop these 13s, these True Red 13s. Shouldn't be a problem. I can't see it being a problem. You know what I mean? So, yeah. People want them, cop them. But other than that, y'all, I'm out of here. Peace.